Former U.S. Department employee has been sentenced to 57 months in prison after an extensive sextortion scheme. So Michael C. Ford used to work for the U.S. Embassy in London, and he has pleaded guilty now to 9 counts of cyberstalking, 7 counts of computer hacking to extort, and 1 count of wire fraud. Now, according to the plea document, Ford admitted that between January 2013 and May 2015, while employed by the U.S. Embassy in London, he used various aliases to commit a widespread international computer hacking, cyberstalking, and sextortion campaign designed to force victims to provide Ford with personal information as well as sexually explicit videos of others. Now, Ford targeted young females, some of whom were students at U.S. colleges and universities, with a particular focus on members of sororities and aspiring models. So the way that he did this is that he would send them thousands of phishing emails to potential victims, saying that their email accounts were going to be deleted if they did not provide their passwords. I think we've all received sort of junk mail like that. Now, Ford admitted he then used the passwords that he got from that to hack into at least 450 email and social media accounts belonging to at least 200 victims, where he searched for sexually explicit photographs and for victims' personal identifying information. Then he would email them, threatening to release those photos unless they took and sent him sexually explicit videos of sexy girls undressing in changing rooms at pools, gyms, and clothing stores. Now, if the women would not comply to these threats, he would escalate the threat, saying that he knew where they lived and that he would put their pictures on hooker websites, including their actual phone numbers and addresses. I don't actually know. Now,
I'm asking for a friend, obviously.
I'm surprised you didn't already know. Okay.
Now, this is not Ford's first time being caught in a scheme like this. In fact, in 2009, he posed as a model scout, and he convinced young women to send their personal information as well as topless photos for consideration for fictitious modeling opportunities. Classic. During this ruse, Ford obtained topless and partially nude photos from hundreds of women, including several minors, and I don't understand why his sentence is only 57 months.
Interesting. Well, look, you and I had this debate before, Hannah, about don't send nude pics. They're gonna get online somehow, right?
I wish I was a part of this debate because I would have been better. I would have known better.
That's a little different too, because these women, I mean, those nude photos, the discussion that we had, right, it was a minor threat. This is full-on extortion and releasing private information. Sextortion, releasing private information. He did actually follow through with some threats, and he did send the photos to his the girl's family members. Jesus, I mean, just like a
scumbag.
Sick fuck.
Right. So, look, I feel bad for obviously the woman who got tricked into this. We did a previous story about a guy in a high school who would pretend to be a hot girl. He happened to be gay, and he would get the guys to send him pictures of their genitals, and then once he got their pictures, right, he would extort them and say, now you have to pleasure me, otherwise I'll release your pictures, okay? So if you're a guy, don't send the pictures. If you're a girl, don't send the pictures. If you get something that's saying they're part of an account deletion team, they're not. No such team exists, right? So on an unrelated, non-sex story, my mom got this notice on the computer she was watching of like, oh, it says I need to do something with my account. And I'm across the house, I'm like, no. You don't have to do anything with your account.
Yeah.
And she'd already pressed the button, right? So, and there are no Nigerian princes, and they don't need to get the money out of the country. So don't listen to this crap,
right?
Because you're going to get caught in one of these situations. But to me, the bigger takeaway is, man, people at the State Department got a lot of time on their hands.
Dude, no, but it's not just that. It's also like almost impressive. The amount of outreach that this dude did, and the hacking, when you think about it, is like pretty good. NSA probably was like, okay, like after he gets out of prison, we have a new employee that we can use to spy on people.
And they could use that help, because if they couldn't catch this guy for years and years, apparently our spying sucks.
On a work computer in the embassy, nonetheless. And then, look, I just wanted to rattle off some
I want to clarify something that you said really quick so people don't get confused, that what he did doesn't require some crazy amount of intellectual prowess. What he did, anybody can really do. So if you do get these emails...
What are you telling people to do? Anyone can do it.
No, I'm saying that if you do get these emails, it's not, you don't have to be like, oh, it's probably not a State Department person. Like anybody can really get into your email. So I want to make sure that people don't put that information in those fake emails.
Here's the
But
impressive
he did work
part,
hard
though.
on it.
Here's the impressive part. Okay, look, I did sales at TYT for a while. I understand how difficult it is to do outreach for an extended period of time every single day. This man is 36 years old, has a wife, has a son and another baby on the way, has a full-time job, and he sent out 800 emails in one day and followed up with 180 messages the following day. And 98 attached like specific pictures in one day. Like this dude, what was he doing? Like even if that's so much time out of the day that was focused specifically on figuring out the pictures of of the victims that he's talked to, sending them specific emails, 98 of them. That is impressive.
Yeah, and so I'm always surprised by criminals and how hard they work at not working, right? Like if they just put that kind of effort into their actual jobs, like this guy, if he put that much effort in at the
Sales.
Department of State, he could have been Secretary of State by now. But instead he's like, oh my God, if I could just get some pervy pictures of a girl online, and that's what he puts all of his energy into.
But I think that really gets to the underlying root of this problem, because he's asking for explicit videos of girls undressing in changing rooms by the pool. And I'm guessing maybe you have experience. Like those are pretty accessible videos. So this really was some sort of a need for power, some sort of really need to get these girls to extort them. It wasn't just about the images, which I think is a bigger root problem.
So, 57 months. He'll have plenty of time to think up of his new scheme in jail. Let's hope he doesn't.